I'm going to discuss how removing blame is necessary to achieve continuous improvement. Many of our clients ask NSF for help in their commitment to continuous improvement as well as reducing risk. They know that endless firefighting, customer complaints, and increased costs due to rejected products will end up killing their businesses. In most cases, their attempts to improve the situation failed because they focused on improving problem solving rather than fixing their blame culture. They treated the symptom, not the cause. Now, before you say to yourself, we don't have a blame culture, just answer the following questions with a simple yes or no. Number one, are you under more pressure now than ever before? Number two, do your supervisors spend less than 80% of their time on the production floor where the work is done? Are middle and senior management completely invisible? Number three, do you consider errors, mistakes and problems to be inconveniences that need to be fixed quickly rather than properly? Number four, do you reward people for reducing numbers of problems, errors and mistakes reported? Number five, do you suffer from death by measure? Number six, are many of your problems and mistakes attributed to human error? If you've answered yes to a few of these, you probably have a blame culture. But don't worry, you're not alone. According to a Harvard study, executives initially considered 70 to 90% of failures blameworthy. However, once the dust had settled and the facts were examined, only a mere 2 to 5% of the failures were truly blameworthy. Blaming others also comes quite naturally to many of us. After all, most of us live in societies that emphasise we're all free agents and in control of our own destiny. Errors are seen as direct consequences of a decision made by an individual where the culture quietly communicates, if you fail, we will blame you. The trouble is, we're not always free agents, and we're not always in control of our destiny. Most mistakes are consequences of the system people are asked to work within. Systems so complicated they are impossible to understand, let alone use. Systems created by leadership, not by those at the sharp end where the work is done and mistakes are made. Where people are punished and where a culture of blame, the silent killer, lurks. As Matthew Syed said in his book on black box thinking, blame is a way of collapsing a complex event into a simple and intuitive explanation. It was your fault. So what, I hear you say? Well, a blame culture is simply dangerous. Problems remain hidden and improvement is stopped. The consequences can be catastrophic. According to the United States FDA, errors in drug administration in hospitals injure 1.3 million patients each year in the US alone. In hospitals where the blame was highest, so were the errors. When people live in fear of embarrassment or even worse, punishment, they follow their instincts. Incidents get hidden or are made to sound better than they really are. FDA also found that lower levels of blame resulted in fewer errors and lower risk. Now, if you want to achieve the same results, just follow our 5 to drive examples where we've helped clients grow and improve by removing blame for good. Number one, change your attitude to problems and mistakes. The job of leadership, by example and through education, is to create a culture where problems are considered learning opportunities. Remember, progress is about learning from failure. Blame hides the facts and prevents learning. Increasing punishment alone doesn't reduce mistakes. It reduces openness, increases risk, and prevents improvement. Blame drives mistakes underground. Number two, think error chain, not root cause. People make mistakes for subtle situational reasons. It's rarely intentional and usually due to overwhelming complexity of the system. Go beyond the person and fix the system. Number three, control your emotions and focus on the facts, not the individual. When the pressure is on and mistakes happen, the brain's shortcut is to blame. It's quick, easy, and sort of kind of emotionally satisfying. It's also very wrong. On our courses on risk-based decision making and human error prevention, we give clients a process to ensure this doesn't happen. If you want to know how, please just let me know. There are also some useful posts on LinkedIn to help you keep control of your emotional brain. Number 4, get leadership away from their emails and onto the shop floor. Blame cultures evolve largely through ignorance because leadership have lost touch with reality. They simply don't understand the impact of their decisions and the systems they have created. Experiencing these firsthand is the quickest way of fixing the complexity that causes the mistakes that feed the beast called blame. Number 5, select measures that drive the right behaviour. Make sure your performance measures encourage open reporting of incidents rather than driving them underground. When we help clients, we want improvements to last. This is why we always focus on the culture first. You can't improve anything without removing blame.